Hello my friends, my name is Celadin and I am 5 times world champion in no spin throwing. And today I will tell you all secrets about this amazing technique. So, let's get started. So first of all, for no spin technique, you need some throwing knives, of course. So, which they are, I will explain you. So first are DIY and the most cheapest versions. So these are like a construction nails, basically everything you can find in your home or the Home Depot, and you can make it on your own. On these construction nails, it's big advantage that they are very cheap. You can get many of them, sharpen the tip, and you are good to go. These are perfect for the no spin throwing. Disadvantage is they are often very light, they can rebound from the target, and the tips are often not so durable. Alright, so this is the first category. And in the first category we also have the cheap Chinese throwing knives. These are very bad for your start because, like I said, light knives can rebound and hurt you very bad. And look at that. Some knife like this will break very easily. So if you are planning to buy some throwing knives for the start, definitely don't go for something like this. Professional good throwing knife should have at least 200 grams, 25 centimeters or 20 at least, and thickness of material should be about 5 millimeters minimum. So since I picked this up already, this is medium category. In medium category we have all knives from bigger brands. There is advantage, they are cheap, but often these knives are very sharp, so you don't need that for your beginnings because you can easily cut yourself, and still they can break. But for the beginnings, it's not so bad, you know, so you have like these, knives like that. If I can suggest something, if you are a beginner that have no problem with the budget, go right away for the professional throwing knives, because you can see comparison right away compared to the cheap Chinese throwing knife. Look at this, how it's light, and this is 8 millimeter spring steel. This is actually one of my favorite no-spin knife in the world. This one, it's called Stinger by Ace-Jet in the shadow steel, and this one works absolutely amazing. But if you prefer throw like a classic knife, there is also this shape, because a lot of people maybe when they see this shape, they think like, oh, this is like some kind of piece of steel, you know, but this reminds the knife more. But what I really like, that I don't have to think when I grab my knife if it's like this way or this way, because the symmetrical knife, you really don't care how you're gonna grab it, you know, it's gonna be same size. So like I said, this one, it's absolutely my favorite, and we're gonna be using this one throughout the video. So let's go on the total basics. Come on guys. So when you're gonna figure it out, your throwing knives, you need to know the grip that you're gonna use. So I will show you mine. There are many ways how you can hold the throwing knives, but I hold it like this. Index finger is on the spine, thumb on the side, and the rest of my fingers are wrapping the blade. Important is to find the balance point on the knife, right here, behind the handle, and there you're gonna place the index finger, alright? And after, it's like I told you. But some people have bigger hands, so for example, you can hold it like that. Some people like to hold totally up the knife, and some totally on the bottom. There are many grips, so you always have to figure it out what works best for you, alright? Next, we can move into the proper position. So like with the grips, is the same with the position, because each thrower prefers something else. So since I am left-handed thrower, my right leg is in forward, slightly bent knees, and I am not facing the target like this, parallel with my leg. Because some people like to stand like this. And also, somebody like to throw dart, and for them, it's better this position. You know, exactly like in the dart. So you have to, again, figure it out what works best for you. Some people like to make a step into the throw, and some people don't move at all. So again, you have to find the most comfortable stance for you. Most relaxed is the best. And now let's go for the technique itself. So you know the grip, you know the proper stance. Right after, what you have to do is pull your arm to the back. For short distances, you don't have to pull it so much. And right after, you are applying the pressure on the index finger, and you will let the knife naturally go out of your hand. So it looks the whole thing like this. The grip, stance, I'm pulling arm to the back and let it slide. What you have to do is don't open the hand while the release, and you need to hear like this sound. I hope you can hear it. It's basically gonna need the pressure and dragging the knife out of your hand. Because if you're gonna open your hand, the release is not gonna be really good. You see, it's gonna make more of the bullet spin. So keep the hand closed until the knife will leave your hand, all right? If you struggle with the upper target, there's a little trick that I'm showing to beginners. So you have to find the stump that's on the ground, and first you will throw it into the ground, because this is very, very easy. So if you can throw into the ground like that, you can put the low ground like this, medium, when it will be standing, so it's a little bit higher up. And if you can do that, you can go higher and higher, and eventually you will get into the upper target, really no problem. And now I'll explain common mistakes with the no-spin throwing. So first one is under-rotated knife, and it looks basically like this. That means you push with your knife maybe too less, or you are standing too close. So you have to fix this, that you will make step back from the target. This way it's gonna stick very well. Or you have to put more pressure on your index finger, because before it wasn't enough. That's why it was under-rotated. So if you will put more pressure, it will stick like this, very nice. Come on, let's see guys, I will show you. So if your knife lands like this, this is perfect. This is exactly what you want. If the knife is like that, it's under-rotated, and it could be also like this, over-rotated. That's the second mistake. So let's talk about this one. So I would say over-rotated knife is way more common. So what is happening? You put maybe too much pressure on your index finger, or you flicked with the wrist too much. Flicking with the wrist is big mistake. It looks like this. You know, because a lot of people don't understand the movement from the beginning, and they try to put so much force and flicking with the wrist, and the knife is over-rotating. So from the beginning, you have to stand very close from the target and make very little step back, so you will understand the distances, all right? So if the knife is over-rotated, you have to put less pressure on your knife or go closer, because this is big mistake that beginners are doing, that they are rushing on longer distances. Because if you don't know what you are doing, the knife will easily over-rotate from the longer distances, all right? If you want to achieve longer distances, it takes a lot of time, but I have great exercise for that. So it's called Stepback Drill. So if you can stick the knife into the target, no problem. You're gonna make very little step back from the target. If you can stick it, you can again go little step back. Because this is classic beginner mistake. When they learn how to stick it from very close distance, they are so happy and they are going on the longer distances. And what will happen? The knives will over-rotate or under-rotate. And a lot of beginners, because of that, get discouraged and they will quit. So don't rush on the longer distances. Stay for the several months very close, 3 meters, 4 meters, and very, very small step back. All right? This will give you big skills in the long time. This is also important tip. The release of the knife, it's always different, depend on the distance. So for example, if I am very close to the target, I'm releasing my knife about here. But if I would do totally same thing, the same release on the 3 meters distance, the knife will over-rotate. So you have to always adjust your release. So for example, from about 3 meters, it's a little bit up here. You see, very well stick. So if you go even further back from the target, usually for the longer distances like 6-7 meters, it could be right here the release. And what helps for some throwers, you can put the pressure, more pressure on the index finger and basically push it on the balance point. Or you can make one step into the throw, and this will also give you more energy into your throw. All right? So whole thing look like this. Very easy and definitely way more powerful. So what do you think about it, guys? Let me know in the comment section below if you are going to try no spin as well. And if you want to support the channel, there's going to be a link for these HZ Stinger knives. But for today, that's it. So thank you everybody for watching. Share, like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.